Good morning, life changers. Listen, thank you so very much for logging on and being a part of our online service this morning. Listen, as you know, if you've been paying any attention, we are not physically in our location on today because today is Serve Sunday. So we are out serving our community and serving the fathers in our community. And so thank you for giving us this opportunity to do so. But there is a word for you. A number of years ago, there was a sermon that God gave me for fathers. And in my prayer time this past week, it just resonated in my heart and that it is still true today. So we're going to broadcast that sermon to you on today. And please tune in, listen, and let God speak to you in this moment. And again, I just say thank you for giving us the opportunity here at Life Changers, for everybody that is on our staff that serve our ministry, to give us the opportunity to serve our city. We are the heart of the city. We're changing lives, starting with ourselves. But don't forget, we'll be right back with you, back in our physical location at 900 Chacon Street, Austin, Texas, next Sunday. I want to see you in the building. And also, do me a favor while you're here, hit that like and subscribe button, because I know we haven't been online a lot and we've been going through some changes, but thank you for giving us the opportunity to grow in how we produce our online content and giving us the opportunity to serve you better. But I want to see you in our physical service whenever you're in the surrounding areas. I thank God for each and every one of you for logging on. Share this with somebody, and I promise you, it will bless your life. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, and I want to see you at Life Changers. God bless you. God love you, and so do we. We'll talk to you later.
My father was a man that would say what he meant and meant what he said. And then I understood, I was like, how can he be so happy with everybody else and be so joyful with everybody else? And then when it comes to me and my brother, this man is made of stone. Like he didn't budge. Like we done pleaded and cried. I said, if I cry enough, I know my tears is gonna have to break this man. Absolutely not. I cried puddles and bottles and buckets. And he didn't budge. A father. Because here's the thing. Especially when you're raising men. When you're raising boys into men, my daddy said something to me that changed how I looked at the world. And he was very honest. He says, the world don't care about you. The world's going to throw whatever they want to throw at you. And I promise you, it's going to throw everything at you, including the kitchen sink. The stuff that you don't even know that's possible, the world is going to throw at you. So in your immaturity as a young boy, my job is to prepare you to withstand whatever the world can possibly throw. Where are the men that are teaching this generation to stand whatever the world is throwing at you? Too many men are breaking down under the smallest stuff. There's one thing to not talk, but there's a whole nother thing to not deal with an issue. Because growing up, my father did, like he preached for a living, so he did a whole lot of talking outside of the house. So when he got home, he didn't feel like doing a whole lot of talking. Are you with me? When you talk for a living, the last thing you want to do is have to talk at home, right? So when my father would come home, he would preach, he would be doing conferences and all of this good stuff. He would get home and he would sit in this particular green chair he had. It was a recliner. And, you know, back in the day, see, there was reverence for fathers back in the day because, you know, me and my brother would sit in the chair and then my mama would walk through the living room and she's like, boy, get out your daddy chair. Get out your daddy chair. I'd be like, he got dibs on the chairs in this house? And my mama said, he paid for the chair. So if that's the chair he want to sit in, that's his chair. Until you can buy your own chair. But then when you buy your own chair, you got to sit it in your own house. So don't buy no chair and think you're going to bring it in this house. Because if you bring it in this house, it's still his chair. Why? Because it's in his house. We don't have the reverence for real fathers anymore. Which then now says, if we don't reverence fathers, then there ain't nobody that wants to be a father. And when I'm talking about fathers, I'm not just talking about having children and raising, because there are some father figures out here that don't have no kids, but live at a certain level of life. Oh my goodness. You know, a real man, like when you get around a real man, they can be a little bit of intimidating. Because a real man just don't take anything from anybody. You know, by the time you get to a point in your life, a real man will simply tell you how they feel and don't care about how you feel about how they feel. Are you with me? Because there has to be a level of transparency with a man. You know, we only operate in some courses of, especially in conversation. When my dad used to talk to me, he would only want to know the facts. So when I got in trouble at school, he didn't care about how I felt about what was going on. He said, what do you do? What did you do? Why did you do it? And what are we going to do about it? That was his lingo. What did you do? I don't care about I don't care about why you did what you did. What did you do? Well, Daddy, you know, I was fighting. And he wouldn't say why, because he didn't care why. He knew you shouldn't have been fighting. That's all he cared about. You don't fight, because if you get in a fight, they're going to pick you up from school, and you're going to be in jail. And if you go to jail, I ain't picking you up from jail. See, again, a different level. I remember calling my father and my mother from county. And my mama was like, you know, she was kind of in a frenzy. She was like, how did you end up in jail? I didn't want to give her the whole story because I was like, it ain't none of your business, Mama. I want to tell you all that. And she's like, well, let me put your daddy on the phone. And I was like, dadgummit, I didn't know he was home. And my daddy gets on the phone. And my daddy said, so you locked up? And these are the words he says. He says, how long they gonna keep you? I'm like, what do you mean, Dad? I need you to come get me tonight. Like, I don't want to spend the night here, right? Okay? Like, they ain't got no beds. I'm in county, right? There ain't no beds in county, only benches. You understand? And this floor this is concrete and it's wet. I don't want to stay here. My daddy said, I'll come get you when they release you. So I had to spend the night in county. And my daddy, again, man of God, but he had some standards. And he told me, if you get locked up, because I've taught you how to not get locked up. So if you get locked up, then you're going to be locked up until they decide to release you. He was a man of his word. That's why a lot of people are scared of real men. A lot of people are scared of real fathers because, Jordan, real fathers stand by their word. This father in this text stands by his word. He said, the son wants money, okay, I'll give it to him. He wants to live a lavish lifestyle and don't understand how to operate and don't do any of that. He want to do all of that and squander his belongings and his money on women and cars, clothes, cribs, vacations, Instagram posts, all that good stuff. That's the life he want to live? Not a problem. Because he's only living off the money I gave him because he don't know nothing about real work. All right. See, real work, oh my God. See, it's something about when you work for the money that you get, you don't squander it like that. The only reason the son squanders the money is because he didn't earn it. Oh my goodness. But a real father will let you make that mistake. Because as fathers, we understand that life is a teacher. What I can't teach you as your father, life will. And life is a better teacher than anybody. It'll teach you what you will and will not do. The one thing I don't like about life teaching you anything is that it don't pull no punches. When it throws a right hook, it throws a good right hook. When the world turn on you, because I guarantee you, it's going to turn on you. When all the friends that was around, I could just imagine the son, all the friends that were around him, he had the money, they partying, and they everywhere. And he's paying, he's popping bottles, as they say, and he's clubbing and he's having a great time. But the moment the money ran out, where the women at now? The ones that said they loved you. We're going to be together forever. What he didn't understand is they wasn't talking to him, they were talking to your money. As long as the money's here, I'm here. But the father understood that that's eventually going to run out. I didn't give him enough for him to live the rest of his life. I gave him enough so he can understand that life is a teacher. A real father will let you live a little bit of life because you have to. One of my hardest things for me as a father, I got 3 beautiful girls, and sometimes it's hard for me to really let my girls go. It's just let them live a little life. Okay, cool. I know I'm a pastor and all that, but, my girls are like, well, I want to go here, I want to do that. And, my first response is no, absolutely not. 2 things. You ain't going, and wherever you going to go, you ain't wearing that. Are you with me? But I got to understand some stuff like, they getting grown now, right? My daughters, they 23, 22, they grown. But, I got an ace in the hole right now, they still in my house. So, I got an ace. I'm like, hey, if you don't like my rules, you can move. That's my only threat that I give, right? Because that's the only threat I really got. That's the only thing I can tell them, to put the fear of God in their heart is like, you can move, you don't like my rules in this house. But eventually I know that day is coming. And so even me as a father, I'm trying to work on being able to let them live a little bit of life. Because a real father understands is if I give them a little bit of rope, they'll, if I can just give it to them a little bit, piece by piece, they won't go out and destroy themselves like the prodigal son did. Because sometimes you think you know what you need, but sometimes if God would give you exactly what you asked for, you would take the exact thing that he blessed you with and drown yourself in it. All right. What the father did wasn't wrong. He gave to the son what he requested. What he, quote unquote, was owed, as the Old Testament say. And so he gave to his son, and the father did exactly what he was supposed to do. It was the son's irresponsibility that made him take that should have lasted him a very long time. And if he was able to invest it, and he could do exactly what the father had done, but he didn't have the teaching at the time. Why? Because he didn't have enough life experience. Life experience teaches you some stuff. I've been there. You think you know life until life knocks at your door. Everybody is marriage gurus and relationship gurus. But if you ain't been in no marriage for no time, don't write no book on marriage if you ain't been married past 20 years. Don't be married 10 years and try to tell me on what a marriage should look like, what a marriage should sound like. Because a lot of people have opinions on marriage. A lot of people have opinions on raising kids. Oh my goodness, let's talk about it real quick, fathers. Here's the thing, because me and my wife, we got this, again, me and my wife, we talk all the time. We have this saying, we says, if you need a license to drive a car, we feel like you should have a license to raise some kids. Like there should be a check box that you're able to check off before you actually have children, right? Now, everybody don't agree with that, and that's fine. That's cool. We understand that. But I just think, like, at some point, like, don't just have kids because you can have kids. Because if you know about having kids, it's like they will always be a part of your life. All right. Like they will never not be your child. When they 10, 20, 40, 50, they still your child. Are you with me? And that child will always need you. I don't care if they married, with children, with their own grandchildren, they're going to always need you. Are you with me? See, I wish somebody would have told me that before I started dealing with children. Like, these jokers ain't gonna ever go away. Ever, ever, forever, never. They not going nowhere. I'm slowly recognizing that. But as a father, I begin to understand that that is the greatest feeling that you'll possibly have. Is when your child calls you and say, Daddy, I need you. A father will turn into Superman to take care of their child. Let me speak for me because I can't speak for nobody else. For me, when my daughters and my son ask me for something, I'll do whatever I can to make sure what they are requesting happens. I will go out of my way to make sure if it's something that I think and deem necessary, I'll go out of my way. Have you ever been there? Where you take the responsibility of being the parent, Because there's some mothers in here that have had to be fathers. And there's one thing, oh my God, there is one thing in life that I tell anybody who ever asks me there was a person who asked me this, she was like, what do you think about mothers being fathers? And I said this, I said, it's not their role, but they have to do it sometimes. And some of the best fathers have been mothers. I'm talking truth. You might not like it, but it is the truth. Some women have had to step up and raise men. Come on, yeah. And raise men. You don't believe it? Okay, not a problem. There's a man by the name of Barack Obama who has, changed the trajectory of this great nation. He was the president, and they asked him about his father one day. And he had a father, very intelligent father. But he said something, he says, as intelligent as my father was, my mother is the one that taught me everything I know. A lot there's more caught than taught. Your children are going to do what they see you do, even against what you teach them. You can teach them something, but they're going to watch what you do. So if you tell them not to fuss and complain and bicker and murmur, but that's all you do, then they're going to do exactly what you do. And then look at you crazy when you tell them not to do it. Oh my goodness. Woo! Let me get out of here. Genesis 18 through 19 reads this way. It says, I chose him. Then he will teach his children and everyone in his household. He will teach them to know me. He will teach them to do what is right. Then I will keep the promise that I made to him. Keep that up there real fast. This is God talking to men. I have chose the man. Then he will teach his children. So what God teaches him, oh, that baby's cute. What God teaches him, then he has to then teach his children and everyone in his household. At that time, that means if anybody in your house as the father, you should be teaching. If they your children or not your children, they in your house, you teach them. Then he will teach them to know me. If you teaching everything but God in your house, if you teaching them financial structure and you teaching them how to do all this good stuff, you teaching them how to get good credit, you teaching them how to, play football, basketball, sing, run track, mathematics, all that good stuff. You teaching them how to become doctors and lawyers and all that. But if you ain't teaching them to know God, then everything else that you teaching is now in vain. Oh my goodness. I'm teaching better than you listen. He will then teach them to do what is right. Just because you know God don't mean you know what's right and wrong. Somebody has to teach you right and wrong. That's why a little child knows how to lie, and ain't nobody ever told that child how to lie. Are you with me? The Bible says that you are a few days from being born, you are then molded in iniquity. Do you understand what that's saying? You are molded in iniquity. What that simply means is that the world will mold your mind before your parents could ever teach you English. You know how to lie before you know how to talk. Put it back up there. Put it back up there. We're still talking. We're still talking. Then you have to know what's right and wrong. And then after the Father does all of that, then I will keep the promise that I made to him. What is that promise? The promise is that if you do all of that as the Father, as the head, as the leader, then at that point, I am responsible for keeping your entire lineage. You might be wondering why your entire family tree is at a disarray, because somebody missed the ship on teaching in the beginning. Ooh, you might not like that, but that's what the Bible just simply said. The word is what it is. At some point, somebody missed the boat on teaching their children who God is, what is right, and how to live life. Because you can only replicate what you see. If nobody's seen a father do it from the head and down, then how in the world can you expect somebody to be a father when they have never seen a father in their own life? The reason I know I'm blessed because I've seen a father. I have father figures in my life. The reason I'm able to do it with conviction is because I've seen it. I would say, what would my daddy do in this situation? What would Deacon Black have me do in this situation? What would Roy do in this situation? What would Pastor Mike do in this situation? Because I have a reference point. I have something to look at. And the problem is too many men are trying to be men that they see on TV. Everybody's trying to be a man that they see on TV and trying to replicate what they see on social media. Let me tell you something, that ain't real. Get it out of your head. Why? Because it's hard to be us. It's hard to be us. What people post, oh my God, what people will post on their social media page will have you believing a complete and total lie. You think this man is good to his wife when you don't know when that camera ain't on? They can't even stand in the same room. They don't sleep in the same bed. They probably don't even live in the same house. Are you with me? At some point, you got to understand that a real man don't do a whole lot of talking. Real men say, I can show you better than I can tell you. That's why us as men, we ain't good at arguing. We ain't good at arguing. I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna argue. Why? Because I ain't good at it. I'm not gonna put these words together like you can. But what I can do is I can show you better than I can tell you. See, real men, again, because so much don't bother us. See, oh my goodness, you can ask a man what he's thinking about, and he can look you dead in your eye and say absolutely nothing. And we mean it. And you trying to pull something out of us that ain't in us. What's wrong with you? Nothing. Why you ain't talking? Because I don't feel like talking. Woo! Sometimes you just be like, I just don't feel like talking. Ain't nothing wrong. We good. Our marriage is straight. This ain't got nothing to do with our marriage. I just don't feel like talking. The Cowboys are losing. I don't feel like talking. I don't feel like talking right now. You want to have a conversation? Talk to me tomorrow after I deal with these Cowboys losing. My goodness. Let's get ready to go home. My point number one, let's go home. Point number one. How are we going to deal with fathers? What is a good father? A father is a man who's always willing to learn. Oh, yeah. A real father, and you go ahead and start playing, Jordan. I'm going to get these points and we'll get out of here. A real father is a man who's always willing to learn. The minute that a man thinks he knows it all, he's destined to fail. I used to hate asking for directions. You guys remember before there was GPS and all that good stuff. Me and my wife, we would travel. We would go do stuff. And the last thing I would do is hate getting directions, right? Because I know where we're going. You know what I mean? I got it. You know, if somebody told me, I would get directions prior to our trip, and then, I think I got it all together. And my wife would be like, would you just stop somewhere and ask somebody for directions? I learned something out of that. I learned this. This is what I learned, is that it don't matter how good you are at something. Somebody else always know a little bit more than you. You can have a PhD in whatever subject, in whatever matter, and you still can learn something. A real father, you can have a PhD in fatherhood. Great. You can write all the books on planet Earth about fatherhood. That's great. But there's always somebody out there that can tell you that, you know what? There's a better way to do it. Because if you're a father to multiple children, because even in the story, we watch the father deal with two different instances. We watch the father deal with a son that has left the house and has squandered money. But then on the back end, we watch the same father deal with an ungrateful son that has been in the house. See, there's levels to fatherhood, because he can't go to the oldest son with the same energy that he went to the youngest son. There has to be a kind of duality to his personality, because dealing with some of your children, you can't deal with them all the same way. They might be all your children, and what's so I tell Kimberly all the time, like, our children are just versions of you. I know which version I'm talking to at certain points in time. But you have to be willing to learn. Number 2 is a good father is a man of unconditional love. Unconditional love. My father taught me that one. It seemed like there was nothing I couldn't do, or there was nothing I could do to stop that man from loving me. Because that same conversation we had on the phone when I was locked up, before he got off the phone, he says, let me pray for you. The last thing I wanted to hear was a prayer. And he kept it real short. He said, God, keep my son protected in there, in the name of Jesus. And then he says, love you. Bye. And he hung the phone up. That's when you could hang the phone up. You hear the ring, cling. And I'm sitting on the other line like, I can't believe this man just left me in jail. Unconditional love. Love you to the end. Love you to the end. Let me say this. I don't care what's going on in your life. I might not agree with you, but I love you. We might not be on the same page, but I love you. I don't care what kind of lifestyle you live in. I love you. We ain't got to agree on everything. The Bible don't say that we have to agree. The Bible don't say that we got to always get along, but he says, you bet your bottom dollar that you better love what you have brought into this world. Your kids ain't asked to be here. So you get mad at love unconditionally and watch what that love can accomplish. For God so loved the world. If God can love the world, which means God loved everything in the world. Do you understand what that means? He wasn't talking to Christians. He said God loved the world. So us and all our sin, God loved us. And he loved us so much that he brought his only begotten son. Unconditional love. A real father. A real father. I tell my girls all the time. Because they like to come talk to me now. All the time. And I love them for it because we built that in the house. So we built that from when they were little. We would teach them, come talk to me. We ain't got to agree. Listen, we ain't got to agree on everything. And daddy might not like everything you say. It's okay, but at least come talk to me. Don't let me have to find out in the streets. Don't let me get that phone. Don't let me get that phone call in the middle of the night. Come on. Love me like I love you. Don't let me have to do it by myself. Be there for me. Because I'll be there for you. Unconditional love. Lastly, my third point. A good father is a man who has learned how to lead. Now, here's the thing. Leaders aren't born. Against everything that you have probably heard or been taught, leaders aren't born. Leaders are built. They're created. Because as a leader, we all are born with the same thing. We're not given anything different from anybody else. We got the same 12 months in a year. We got the same 24 hours in a day. You're not given any more time than me. But leaders are built. Leaders are taught. That's why you can go back and look who taught who. Great leaders come from great leaders. Let me say this again. Great leaders come from great leaders. Now that's from a male or female perspective. Great leaders come from great leaders. You were built as the head of the house. You have to learn how to lead. God is not going to just drop something in you and not have it to be cultivated by somebody. Because ambition without direction is destructive. Oh my goodness. Just because you have ambition to do something, if you don't get the correct instruction or direction, it can be destructive. Are you with me? Leaders are built. Fathers, a good father needs to learn from a good father. I always say it, it's hard to be a father because most of us die trying because of the weight. We just naturally carry stuff that we don't speak about. We'll walk around with a broken heart and won't ever tell you. Your children, as much as you love them, can break your heart. But most fathers will never say, I have a broken heart. Most fathers just suck it up, deal with it. And we still have to operate in unconditional love. While being mad, frustrated, irritated, undervalued, used, misused. Because most of us don't ever call on our daddy till we need something anyway. Daddy, I need this bill. Daddy, I need this bill paid for. Daddy, my car ain't working. When is the last time you went to your father and just said, how you doing? I said it on the other day because we're talking levels. We do God that same way. We don't go to God until we need something. And then when he don't do what we ask him to do, we look at God like, why not? God, why you wasn't there for me? Why wasn't you there for me? And God says, where were you when I was calling you? Adam, where art thou? Sometimes God will call your name. He'll look for you. Where are you? Because, again, we only go to him when we need something. I told you, you're dealing with the 500 when the only time you go to him is when you're begging for something. Yeah, 5,000, yeah. Sorry. So I'm going to pray this prayer, and then we finish up. I pray that every father under the sound of my voice, that God gives us not just the strength to endure, but the understanding that we are loved, that we are cherished, and that we are needed. Because the greatest gift for a father is knowing that he's needed. That's what brings a father real happiness. It's knowing that he's loved and that he's needed.
Good morning, Life Changers Church. We're so glad you're here today. Whether you're joining us for the very first time or you've been part of the family for years, welcome home. Ladies, let's start with something special just for you. Our WOW Women's Ministry, Women of Worth and Wisdom, meets every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. with Minister Rochelle. WOW is a place where women are empowered, encouraged, and equipped through God's Word and authentic fellowship. If you're looking to grow spiritually and connect with other amazing women of faith, we invite you to join us next Sunday morning. And speaking of Minister Rochelle, start your mornings with power and purpose through morning prayer with Minister Rochelle every Monday through Saturday at 5 o'clock a.m. Before the busyness of the day begins, come seek God, grow in faith, and stand in agreement with believers from all over. Simply call the number on the screen and join us as we start each day in prayer. Now, if you're wondering what's next for you here at Life Changers Church, we've got something designed just for you. Join us for our next steps with Sister Joe immediately following service or online at 6 o'clock p.m. Learn about our church, discover ways to serve, meet new people, and find your place in the Life Changers family. Your next step starts here. Sign up on the Church Track Connect app. And while we're talking about connection, Life Groups meets every Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. at various locations. Life is better together. This is where friendships are built, faith is strengthened, and community comes alive. Reach out to Pastors Bruce and Erica Harris for more information. Looking for even more ways to stay connected? Connect with us through our website, social media platforms, and Church Track Connect app. We want to help you stay informed, engaged, and connected through the week, not just on Sundays. Speaking of the Church Track Connect app, if you haven't downloaded it yet, today is a great day to do so. Go to your Play Store, download the app, and use the code HJ75TU to access events, giving, groups, registrations, announcements, and so much more, all in one place. The Church Track Connect app truly puts Life Changers Church right at your fingertips. Register for events, stay informed, connect with ministries, and access everything you need in one convenient location. As we continue improving the way we serve our church family, we're excited to introduce our new check-in system. When you arrive each Sunday, simply check in at the door using the iPad or computer station, or use the Church Track Connect app and select attendance. New visitor? No problem. Simply add your name and check in. It's easy and quick. Parents, when your children arrive at Children's Church, you'll sign them in and sign them out when you pick them up. This helps maintain accurate attendance and create a safe environment for everyone. Thank you for helping us make this transition smooth and successful. Now let's talk about generosity. Every gift makes a difference. Whether through Cash App, PayPal, online giving, or the Church Track Connect app, your generosity helps us continue changing lives and making an impact throughout our city and beyond. As we move forward together, we're believing God for our 2026 vision goal of $60,000. Every seed sown today helps create opportunities for ministry tomorrow. Together, we're building something bigger than ourselves and impacting generations to come. And ultimately, every seed brings us one step closer to a vision we've been praying for. Our keys: our faith, our building, our legacy. We're believing God for a permanent home that will allow us to expand ministry, serve more families, and continue changing lives throughout Austin for years to come. Now, let's celebrate something very special. Please help us honor our senior pastors, Christopher and Kimberly McAllister, as they celebrate their wedding anniversary on June 24th. Thank you for your love, leadership, sacrifice, and commitment to both God and this church family. We love and appreciate you. And finally, mark your calendars. Pastor Kimberly McAllister will be bringing a powerful word on July 12th at 10 o'clock a.m. right here at Houston Tillotson University. Invite your family, invite your friends, and come expecting what God is going to do. Thank you for staying connected with everything happening at Life Changers Church. We are the heart of the city, and we're changing lives starting with ourselves.